Right. Well, hello.
Hello. We are here to talk about a milestone episode, episode 60. But
I
we have
can't
some
believe
news.
it.
I know. I know.
Yes, there's a lot going on. Let's not rush it though.
Yeah,
First off, let's take a moment. Episode 60.
it's huge.
Episode 60. So, about this time in 2016, as you reminded me, you were goading me, prodding me, pulling me, shoving me into doing the podcast with you. I sound like Phyllis Burchett when on Cowgirls with Cameras when they're like, Phyllis didn't really want to do a podcast. Abby's like, Kate didn't really want to do a podcast.
I wanted
But
to
here
do
we
it, but you
are.
knew how and you agreed to
Yes.
it despite not wanting to. You've done such a
I
good
know.
job.
And that first year, we did 2 episodes a
A
month.
month.
Like
How
we were
did we do
killing
that?
it. We did.
2017. Yeah, that was a
That
lot.
was awesome. And you had like small children. I didn't have as much going. I was freelancing a lot, but yeah,
It was
I
I
only
had a
had a
lot going
dog.
on personally, but I think doing the podcast with you is kind of like keeping me anchored. Even though I look back, I'm like, how did we have the time to do that? I don't know. My kids were still in preschool; they were not even in school yet.
And like we smoked the odds that first year because, as Google AI has reminded me, approximately 75% of podcasts fail their first year.
Ding.
A lot of them, 60% quit within 6 months, 90% don't last past episode 20. So we like smoked all three of those
Yes,
stats
Glenn
in one
likes to
year.
tell
So
us
go
that
us, go
all the
us.
time. Yeah, we really beat the odds. Glenn tells us that all the time.
By episode 25, 75% of podcasts have quit. Smoked that one too. So heck yeah. The reasons for key podcast failure are all reasons that we regularly fight in our job every day. So I think it was easy for us to look past them. Burnout, time commitment, and despair.
That's
All
so sad.
things that revolve around the equine media industry.
Yeah, I think we just roll it in all into one, but we've always looked at the podcast as a passion project on the side of our work. It like fits into the workflow, but it's a passion project because we never monetized it. The audience is so niche and the way podcast has evolved since then, when podcast was still kind of a little bit new to now, it just wasn't something that made sense for us to really monetize. So we just kept it going as a passion project. I'm so proud of what all we have produced. I think about every time I have a conversation with somebody who has a question about freelancing, I'm like, oh, we have a podcast episode about that, you know?
We do. So 8 years,
Mm-hmm.
this is our 60th episode. We've
Yep.
had 56 guests.
Whew.
One logo rebrand, which we love. Shout out Jody Johnson. We have a blog, an archive. We launched a mentorship program and we hosted one workshop. Like that's pretty awesome
And a
in eight
Facebook group.
years.
Yeah, Facebook
And we
group
have
and a
a
newsletter.
Facebook group and a newsletter. I mean, we're doing all of the things. And just recently I listened to Cowgirls with Cameras, their podcast episode while I was driving. And it was on like why you should do challenging things. And one of the questions, I think Kara said it, but it was like, ask yourself why. Like, why are you doing this? And when
Hmm.
we started, it was so easy once I agreed. The why was easy because, we started in the equine media industry in magazines. So,
Hmm.
like, we learned how to do this job from other people in the magazines.
Hmm.
But so many freelancers did not take that path. So the why we started was really easy because we wanted to help other people understand the equine media industry and do better work for it so that the entire industry would rise. And like we definitely have,
Yeah,
because we literally have an episode or a blog for everything.
agreed. Agreed. And I think that is a just kind of shows what our commitment has been. Like our why has been so solid. We want to help others in equine media. We want equine media to thrive and be better. And if we've tried to share resources wherever we can on every topic and bring in other people who can inspire and also, help us and help our industry. And I think we've stuck close to that goal this whole time. And I'm really, really proud of that.
I'm really proud of it too. 8 years is a long time. We've had a lot of life changes. So like we went from 2 episodes a month to I think we did like
Quarterly.
six
We did quarterly
quarterly.
one
Like
year.
we've kind of pushed around a little bit as
Hmm.
like our own commitments and lives changed. But the last couple of years, I think our why has really impacted how we've approached the podcast. I
Hmm.
mean, you and I talk so much like daily about the why. And for me, I think that the why isn't as easy because I'm questioning how I fit into the changing media landscape.
Hmm.
We're watching things evolve with magazines. We've watched it for a long time. And I think, what we have to offer, it's not like we're done sharing information, but I feel like the 60th episode is a good episode to say, hey, our podcast is no longer going to be scheduled for every other month. We're not saying we're leaving. We're not selling our saddles,
Yeah.
selling our mics. But it's definitely a time for us to step back and reflect on how we see media going forward and how we can continue to help people. Our why changed a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like it's when I look at the body of work we produced on this podcast, I feel like it feels like a natural place to um encapsulate it and like this is the body of the freelancer. This is the Freelance Remuda podcast. Not to say we'll, not ever record something, but having something scheduled, like you said, every other month where, okay, we're going to sit down, we're going to talk about a topic, we're going to interview somebody. It doesn't feel as pressing to do that moving forward, thinking about all that we have done already. Um, and I know thinking about my workload, you would think with kids getting older and in school that I would have more time, but I'm finding that not to be the case at all. Um, they want my help with things. There's things to volunteer for. And then after school is like a whole nother job of shuttling kids to activities. And I want to be there for that. So maximizing work time during work time for me and to be for real, we're hustling for the income. The industry has changed, and so it's harder to make a living in our industry. Still doing it by the grace of God, but it's a bit more of a hustle to get that on my side. And I know that your circumstances have changed a little bit too. Your focus has changed, and you need to maximize that work time too.
Yes. I mean, I would say that every freelancer listening would raise their hand right now if we asked them, have you had to hustle more for work in the last couple of years?
Hmm.
Has your workflow or workload changed in the last couple of years? I think our podcast episode topics have directly correlated to like us learning
Yep.
new things, video, social media management, private media packages. This episode, we're talking to Taylor,
Hmm.
and she's an equine media pro who does digital storytelling for athletes and brands.
Hmm.
It's honestly like it is, I feel like it's a great way to cap our scheduled planned episodes,
Hmm.
and because it's also like where the industry is going right now. But I don't feel like I'm an expert, you're an expert, we're experts in where the industry is going, because I'm not sure how all this video and
Hmm.
brands and endorsements and advertising are going to affect, what we love, which is writing. And we
Yeah.
still write for
Yeah.
so many
Tons.
publications. It's changed a lot. Not
Hmm.
just pay scale, but, expectations, working with sources. There has been a lot that has shifted in the last couple of years, and the social media management, the website management, launching Stalk and Still, the wildlife media company with my husband, it's all kind of come into play because of the changes in the publishing industry.
Hmm.
But like you said, your kids are taking up more of your time. Well, my parents are older, so that's taking up more of my time, and so I think that when something presses on our heart, or we meet someone really cool who's doing something neat in the equine media industry, like we can just pull our mics out, dust them off a little bit,
Yeah. Hmm.
I will refresh my skills at editing podcast episodes, and we will toss something up there, where our Freelance Remuda Facebook group, I feel like is not gonna go away. You
No.
know, we still chat about stuff, share job opportunities, share other things in there. Um, we still have mentees in our mentorship program.
Hmm.
That's not going to go away, you
Yeah.
know? It's not like the freelance Remuda is over. We are done. We are burying it. It is not. We're not like resurrecting it, in 6 months or whatever. We're just slowing down the podcast
Yeah.
part
It's
of it.
one arm of what we do. It's the most visible part. Yes. Yeah, it's the most visible part, but I think it's going to be archived. It's not going anywhere. We're going to keep it on our website. That's something you and I have been talking about this for a while. This was not a last minute decision, and it's important to both of us to keep those resources available to our community. We'll still keep the Facebook group going, and we
You
still
might
have our
still get
newsletter.
newsletters from
Yeah,
Abigail. Who knows?
yeah. I mean, we've talked about continuing the blog. I don't know that we want to set ourselves down to promising really frequent content because that's what we're trying to ease back from. But if folks are keyed into our newsletter and our social media and our Facebook group, you'll get updates on when our we have new content, which we will have new content. It's just probably not going to be podcast episode. It's not going to be scheduled podcast
It will be
episodes.
a surprise. It will be a happy little surprise. And
Yeah.
maybe we'll start Easter egging when we're going to put stuff out there and see if people get it.
We like Taylor
Because
Swift.
some of us really like Taylor Swift and some of us like Taylor Swift, but we all understand Easter eggs.
Yes.
So,
Well, and I
yeah.
was thinking to title this episode The End of an Era because of
Oh,
the Taylor Swift
Lordy.
of it all, which is coming out soon. Yeah. But I keep thinking about how thankful I am that people have spent this time with us. Like I have really enjoyed talking with you and talking with our guests. And at every point we keep it snappy. We don't have meandering conversations because we just really want to value our listeners' time. And that's, again, why we're doing this too. Everything we want to give to you is we want it to be super valuable. And thank you all for listening to us and hanging out with us on this podcast all this time. And we really appreciate all of you guys. You guys are helping this industry continue too. And hopefully the tools that we have shared and our guests will continue to be a resource.
Oh my gosh. Yes. I mean, I love that our friends will text us, will message us, will email us ideas and have like all along the way.
Hmm.
I love that we have been able to parlay our desire to help others into actually helping them, like through speaking at several, I don't even know, like a half dozen um, American Horse Publications conferences, speaking at schools,
Texas A&M,
to
Tarleton, yeah.
communication groups,
Hmm.
like trying to push people into this industry. It is our love.
Hmm.
We're definitely not leaving it. We're not, our hearts are still in it. And we really appreciate everyone that has been one of our 50 plus guests on the show or one of our blog guests. I mean, we have had so many people join our effort of providing others with information in
Hmm.
the equine media industry. And I think that in itself, like the whole Remuda, is special. And I think that
Agreed.
is worth all of the time that has been put into this for the last 8 years, just growing this network and growing this Remuda. It has been awesome.
Yeah, I agree with all that you said. I agree. Some good friendships
And
have been
this
made.
episode is awesome.
It
It
is. It
sounds like
is.
we're sad, but we're not because we had a really good time talking to Taylor Bikondi. Did I say that
Yes.
right? Bikondi?
Picandi.
Ta- Taylor Bikondi, who's the chief social media strategist with Encanto Sports Group. You guys, she has a very, very cool job, and the way she came into it
Yes.
is really neat. And I feel like she is representative of where equine media is going in the digital era. And so we're not like doing a let's revisit our top podcast. No, we're still giving you great new information
Yeah, we
this
are.
episode, and we are helping you step into the next era
Era.
era era of the equine media industry with Taylor and what she does. So it's going to be great. We'll see,
Agreed.
we'll see you in the next era.